The woman behind the counter replies, "We don't have any." The man looks behind the third table and orders a portion, or the things. The woman behind the counter shakes her head and says, "We don't have any." The man slams down the menu and says, "Is this the menu or a drugstore?"
So dito, parang sinasabi lang ng lalaki na bakit may menu? Wala naman dun sa listahan yung mga gusto niyang bilhin. So parang pointless yung menu. And kagaya ng ating constitution, minsan parang hindi rin siya nasusunod. So highlight is political system, political institutions, and the rules that govern them. Number of theories that attempt to explain how institutions are formed, how they change or persist over time, and what difference their design makes determining political outcomes. So yung una is about political institution. Saan hindi makikita?
A set of rules that take the form of proposed organization or informal norms and that shape individual behavior. Political systems are made up of political institutions, most social institutions, on the other hand, have rules designed to govern political behavior of participants. It includes governing organizations such as national or regional legislature, as well as other organized groups like interest groups and political parties. And it refers to governing bodies.
So sinasabi lang dito na yung political institution is basically, siya yung mga organization na nag-govern sa ating society. Sila yung nagsaset ng rules and policies para mag-function properly yung ating bansa. Political system are made of political institutions. So ito nga yung mga interest group, political parties, at saka mga government bodies na nag-organize para mapatakbo ng ayos ang ating government. And most social institutions, on the other hand, have rules designed to govern only the behavior of participants. So, di ba yung mga social institutions, ito yung mga school, mga church, and example sa school is, may mga sarili-sarili kasi silang pinapatupad para sa mga students and teachers. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya generally applicable sa lahat. It includes governing organizations such as governing organization, kasama dito yung mga Congress at saka Senate, such as national or regional legislatures, as well as other organized groups like interest groups. Dito yung may mga advocacy at saka mga political parties na kung saan sila yung mga nalaban sa election. It refers to governing bodies. So in short, yung political institution daw is group or organization na may role sa pagpapatakbo ng ating bansa. So merong tatlong regime types, ang totalitarianism, authoritarianism, at saka democracy. Ang i-discuss ay scholars began to categorize some real-world political system as hybrid of the main types, leading to labels like semi-authoritarianism and semi-democracy. The broad description of the three main regime types in this section are ideal types. They provide a measuring stick which to compare political system even though the pure form of regime may not be realized in practice. So yung semi-authoritarianism at saka semi-democracy is madidiscuss siya So, ang sunod ay democratic system at saka non-democratic system. Democratic system, makikiba sa Arlen.
Citizens participate in the government process and democracy, and their participation can influence the council policies, the political system rules. This participation is generally a mixture of direct and indirect forms. In thoughtfully written and published democracies, citizens increasingly have a direct say in the political decisions through no participation in the government. Their participation in shaping government policies can also be indirect as selection of representatives to serve the government at behalf of the general population.
So sa democratic system is majority yung nasusunod and merong protection sa mga minority para hindi sila ma-discriminate. Na kung saan is may participation nga ng mga tao and this participation is generally a mixture of direct and indirect forms. So ano ba yung pinagkaiba ng direct at saka indirect forms? Hardness. So yung direct, yung tao yung mismong nagde-decide, then yung indirect naman is bumoboto na lang ng representative para siya na yung magde-decide kung, or siya na yung nagde-decide para dun sa mga tao. So their participation in shaping government policy can also be indirect as in the selection of representatives to serve in government on behalf of the general population. Makikibasa dyan nila.
The first defining characteristic of modern democracy is mass involvement in the selection of representatives through elections. Elections remain the central vehicle for mass involvement and an essential force for holding government officials accountable for their actions. Necessary feature of democracy was their presence is far from sufficient to label as system democratic. Totalitarian system and even many authoritarian ones also hold regular elections.
So dito, yung election, siya yung pinaka-main way kung paano nakakapag-participate yung tao sa politics. And necessary feature of democracy, but their presence is far from sufficient to label a system of democratic. Totalitarian system and even many authoritarian ones also hold regular elections. So sa totalitarian law at sa authoritarian is hindi fair na kung saan is may dayaan o kaya naman walang choice na mamili yung mga tao kung sino yung iboboto nila. Makikibasa alin.
Robert Dahl, political scientist, will reveal the portion of the adult population that is eligible to vote as assistance inclusiveness, because the extent to which they have a free choice between candidates as assistance level of contestation. Representative democracies are political systems that have high levels of vote inclusiveness and contestation.
So sinasabi ni Robert Dahl yung about sa inclusiveness at saka sa contestation na kung saan sa inclusiveness, ito yung dami o percent ng mga tao na eligible na bumoto. And yung contestation naman, ibig sabihin is may competition. Ibig ano dito is, hindi lamang iisang option na available sa kanila. Ibig sabihin ay meron talaga silang pagpipilian. A related and probably more common way to think about elections in a democracy is the extent to which they are free and fair. So, ang una ay yung free election. Individuals have the ability to vote. So, yun, may karapatan na tayong bumoto. Their votes are made in secret. Jello, bakit kailangan secret?
Diba, pag sa mga election, kailangan na hindi nakikita ng ibang tao yung binoboto kasi sa rights natin sa rights natin, parang ang tawag doon, may term kasi doon yung sa research din, yes, ethical consideration, kailangan mag-disclose yung lahat ng information ng mga voters.
Thank you. So, candidates have the ability to run for office. So, basta qualified. So, basta qualified is pwede kang lumaban para sa election. So, candidates have the ability to campaign for office by providing information to voters. So, dito, di ba kapag mag-election, yung mga candidates is, share nila kung ano ba yung plataforma nila, kung ano ba yung gusto nilang gawin para sa mga tao. Na kung saan, nakakatulong siya para makapag-desisyon yung mga tao kung sino ba talaga yung gusto nila iboto. Ang next is fair elections required. Makikiba sa hinahanap.
Fair election required. Voters now have access to important coverage of the campaign and the media. Voters to have a reasonable access to the polling places. The voters of each eligible voters and only eligible voters to be counted. The voters of each eligible voters to be counted equally. The losing candidates to acknowledge and accept the results, including the access necessary, a peaceful transfer of power brought one set of ruling elites to another. The electoral process to be administered and monitored by the impartial body of the electoral specialists.
So yung una, voters to have access to impartial coverage of the campaign in the media. So ibig sabihin ng media, hindi dapat siya bias at hindi pwede ulitin para makita talaga ng mga tao kung sino dapat yung iboto nila. Then voters to have reasonable access to polling places. So dapat yung mga voting centers dapat madaling mapupuntahan ng mga voters. The vote of each eligible voters on the eligible voters to be counted. So, yun, ang kasama lang sa kapag nagbibilang ng voto. Siyempre, yung mga eligible voter lamang. The vote of each eligible voter to be counted equally. So, walang voto na mas mahalaga kaysa sa iba. So, ibig sabihin, bawat voto dapat kahit totoo, walang pabor o kaya discrimination sa pagbibilang. Kaya bawat tao na bumoboto ay dapat is pantay-pantay lang. The losing candidate to acknowledge and accept the results, including, if necessary, a peaceful transfer of power from one set of ruling elites to another. So dito, kung natalo ka naman sa election, is dapat ay tanggapin mo para wala nang gulo. So, in electoral process to be administered and monitored by an impartial body of electoral specialists. So, dito, ang mga mahala dapat is yung neutral lang o yung impartial body para masiguro na walang dayaan na mangyayari sa election. So, a second picture of makikiba sa G7. Second picture of the balance of majority rule that causes provision that is one of the democracy made to reduce standards of free outreach in the and minority power to the American political system. For the most part, democratic representatives are chosen based on the idea that those who receive the most likewise, laws are generally produced by democratic governments and majority of elected officials for the politicians. We are all counted for the elements of the called mock-rule or mock-sub, majority there. So dito yung kailan, yung Madisonian democracy, ang ibig sabihin lang yan ay importante hindi democracy in another way that majorities can be limited is the constitutional prohibition of certain government actions. These so-called negative freedoms that government cannot take away from the people include freedom of speech, religious practice, and assembly. So dito naman is may mga bagay na hindi pwedeng gawin ng government kahit pa majority nito is may gusto. Ito yung tinatawag na negative rights, ibig sabihin kalayaan na hindi maaaring tanggalin sa mga tao. Yun nga yung freedom of speech, religious practice, and assembly. So a democracy requires that people be free to criticize governmental action. This is part of the free flow of information necessary for voters to hold government officials accountable. It also means that the communication media must be free to investigate and criticize without fear of reprisal. The degree of freedom the media enjoys is a strong indicator of the level of democracy in a particular political system. So dito is yung mga tao is okay lang na i-criticize nila yung government kasi kung hindi nila i-criticize ay so halimbawa sa corruption, kung hindi nila i-criticize is maganda lang siya tutuloy-tuloy lang yung pagiging corrupt ng mga government. Then sinasabi din dito na yung media is pwede nilang i-investigate o kaya naman i-criticize yung government na walang takot na madisiplina sila o kaya naman ay maparusahan. Kung ang media ay kinokontrol o kaya tinatakot na kapag naglabas sila ng katotohanan is pinapakita lang nito na yung democracy is weak o kaya naman is nasa risk lang. Then, non-democratic system exclude large portions of the population from participating such as South Africa during apartheid or do not provide voters with a real choice between candidates. So dito,